Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, The Kid. I'm pretty excited about this, but I'm trying to temper my expectations. So, the reason I'm so excited, this movie's about I think a young boy witnesses Pat Garrett and his encounter with Billy the Kid. So, as the rumor goes, Pat Garrett shot Billy the Kid. They were friends, and then Pat Garrett became the sheriff and hunted Billy the Kid and shot him unarmed in the dark. That's the rumor. That rumor is from one of my all-time favorite movies, Young Guns. I loved Young Guns. Thank you to my sister, I believe, who introduced me to it, but I get the chills thinking about Young Guns. Fantastic movie. If you like Billy the Kid kind of story or not, whatever, I love that movie. Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen is in it, and Dermot Mulroney is in it. It is a great movie. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I loved the entire film. The ending was fantastic. Whatever. So I am a little bit excited about it. Then they made Young Guns 2, and it didn't flop. It wasn't as good as 1, but it wasn't terrible. I thought it was going to be awful. If you saw 1, how could they make 2? Whatever. I'm going on. I'm rambling. I don't care. I'm excited. The Kid is about Billy the Kid. Now this has in it Vincent D'Onofrio. I mean, who doesn't like him, right? Pratt. Sorry, I said Pratt. Ethan Hawke is in it, and Adam Baldwin. I didn't know. Okay. And Dane DeHaan, I think you say. Whatever. You know him. He's a young kid. He's probably a young kid who witnesses it all. I don't know. But I'm going to get into it a little bit. I'm excited. Let you know a little bit more about it. And then ultimately tell you what I think. So stick around. Let's see if it's as good as Young Guns. Alright, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of The Kid. No check-in tonight, not needed, because it really was this kid who was around when Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid were hanging out, and it's his view of everything that happened. So it's really neat. I'm trying to, because I talked about how much of a Young Guns fan I am. This is kind of like a Rogue One to Young Guns. So it stays true to everything that Young Guns was about. You know, Billy the Kid being hunted by Pat Garrett. For the most part, I mean, it stays true. You know, and this picks up when Pat Garrett is now chasing him. And let me start over. The kid in this story, and this is right in the beginning, so I'm not spoiling it, but he kills his father because his father was beating on his mother, right? And then they run. And they're on the run. And that's when he runs into Billy the Kid. And Billy the Kid kind of takes him under his wing a little bit. And the kid sees himself maybe as a little Billy the Kid. But they run into Billy the Kid right in the midst of him being hunted by Pat Garrett. And if you saw Young Guns, he does get captured once and he escapes. So that's in here. And the whole, it's very similar to what they shared. And I'm assuming this is all kind of based on the really Billy the Kid stories, because it's very similar. But I like to think, oh wow, it's just like Young Guns. Anyway, so this kid is along for the ride throughout this from that point on, going forward, as he's running away basically from his uncle, because he killed his uncle's brother, which is his dad. And his uncle is played by Chris Pratt. Ethan Hawke plays Pat Garrett, and what's his name? Dane DeHaan, he plays Billy the Kid. And Vincent D'Onofrio, very small cameo, but I think he is the one who actually directed it, and that's why he was in it. Yeah, so he was the director. So he just really had a cameo. But, a little bit more than a cameo, whatever, not a big part. But yeah, so that's really what the whole plot of the movie about, this kid witnessing all of this, kind of looking up to Billy the Kid, and then everything that goes with that. Without getting into too much detail, I really did enjoy it. I liked it a lot because it stayed, you know, similar to Young Guns, and it was just like a little added mix in there into it. And I like Billy the Kid stories. I like, you know, those kind of Old West stories. I'm not sure I'm crazy. I like Ethan Hawke. Let me say that first. I'm not sure if I like him as Pat Garrett. You know, he did a good job in the role that he was given. if I was the casting director, I probably wouldn't cast him. Looking for somebody maybe bigger, rougher, you know. That's just me. The other gripe I have is Chris Pratt. I liked him. I mean, he did a good job of playing the really mean uncle villain kind of thing. Underutilized. He's in the beginning and he's in the end, and that's it. I mean, he's very underutilized, and I thought he played his character extremely well. It didn't seem like Guardians of the Galaxy guy. It seemed like a really mean guy who's, you know, and he talks crazy and stuff like that. Really enjoyed his performance in this one. I can't believe I just said performance, but you know what I mean. All in all, and then one other thing that maybe, you know, I think the ending happens, which I really enjoy, but it stops right there. Like, so we know this kid has witnessed all of this stuff that happens with Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and what happens. I want to know who he grows up to be. That's what I want to know. Who does this kid grow up to be? You know, and maybe his name was said and I should know, but I don't know. But all in all, I think it's definitely worth the watch. I don't know what IMDb, I don't think, gave it a great score. I think they 6.3, but only 560 people reviewed it. So if you're a fan of Billy the Kid stories and westerns and things like that, I think you should check this out. Yeah, if you've seen Young Guns, check this out. I liked it a lot. Besides those things that I mentioned, and you know, not every movie's perfect. Another one that they could have sent to me and said, "Hey, what do you think?" and I could have helped them out a little bit further, and then I would love it. I tempered my expectations going into it. Although I was very excited, I was pleasantly pleased. I'm happy with it. So that's all I got for you. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to ruin it for you. I think telling you the main plot line and some of the things that I didn't like and some of the things I like is good enough. You don't need to know everything about it because you're going to go ahead and watch it. That's my recommendation to you. Go watch it. Drop me a comment after you do. Let me know what your thoughts were. Tell me if you agree about Pat Garrett and Ethan Hawke playing Pat Garrett. That's it. All right. Like my channel, subscribe to it, all that stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.